I love these fabulous children's astrology books by Donna McGarry. They're delightful, whimsical, and entertaining. Visit zodiacs.com. Hello, fabulous Leo. Welcome to your horoscope for the month of September 2014, Love Focus. I am your astrologer, Nadiya Shah. Thank you for being here. Where it comes to love, I do think that depending on where you begin the month, where you are, is going to determine what is emphasized for you in the sky, dramatically so. In fact, I do think that those of you in established bonds are likely to have a very different experience of love and lessons in love than those of you who are open and available, or even if you're not necessarily really open or trying to meet people. I do think that the desire for connection is going to be so strong that even those of you who've said, no, I'm okay, I'm going to ride solo for a little while, are going to feel not necessarily compelled, but at the very least inspired to reach out and be a little bit more active in connecting with other people. So there's several things that are taking place that lead me to these slightly different conclusions, or significantly different conclusions. If you are a person in an established bond, I do think that the full moon that takes place in the early part of the month is going to speak to you more strongly. And this particular full moon has to do with sharing resources, yes. But these resources are emotional resources. It has to do with intimacy. And then there's a practical element to this as well. And I do think that there is going to be, in all honesty, this looks like your partner may start to be doing really well, or may do really well, or may be making some sort of an advancement where it comes to finances and financial status, or at least is moving in a direction of greater stability and security on the financial front. And that in turn leads you to, on the one hand, you may want to celebrate. You should, of course, be happy for other people as well. But it does look like there's an element here that has to do with, okay, how are we going to share now in light of the changes that are taking place? And so while there is good news, it looks like for a spouse happening, and especially on a financial level happening for a spouse, at the same time, there is going to be a need for the two of you to talk it out, to figure out what's going to be divided. If this person has to take on more responsibility, which is possible, that means that what about the other things that need to get done? All of that. So there's a practical element to this. There's sort of like this very nitty-gritty, not romantic element to this, which has to do with, okay, what are our days and lives going to look like now in light of these changes that are happening with your life and with your work and with your advancements and with the things that you want to do? And what is that going to mean for us now? And how are we going to go forward and be stronger together as a result? I think you're going to find the right solutions. You're going to find the right balance. And it seems that the two of you like it very much. However, I do think that ultimately is going to be the emphasis. And the overriding theme for this month, regardless of your relationship status, has to do with communicating. And it has to do with connecting on a level of mind. And so I'm going to encourage you to keep those words coming, keep those exchanges happening, because that really is going to be the place where you come to the type of understanding that you need to at least feel a sense of security that the two of you are moving forward, because you certainly are. Keep in mind also, though, as I said in the general focused horoscope, any agreements that you make right about now, not very likely to stick very strongly, okay? So just be mindful of that. And just be open. Know that things are changing. What your partner thinks are the responsibilities right about now may go through some changes as well. And so what vision they're holding might actually end up being something a little bit different. So allow them that space to figure out what they need to. If you can keep communicating, I do think that you're going to find a deeper level of intimacy is certainly available to you, a deeper level of understanding of each other. And I do see that intimacy element being of prime importance now. And so the more that you can communicate, the more that you can share, especially on a daily basis, even if you have to sort of say to each other, okay, we're going to take 5 minutes every day to really share something that's happened with us, to really have that sort of emotional connection. You may have to be that ritualized. You may have to be that scheduled, but it really is going to be called for if you want to fully utilize the opportunity that's in the sky right now to find a deeper closeness as both of you start to go through changes and have a desire to express more and have a desire to connect more and grow in your own individual lives and together as well. So those of you who are not in an established bond, either you have somebody sort of in your sphere, I do think that this month we do have Mars going into a part of the sky that has to do with the feelings of love. It has to do with dating. It has to do with flirtation. This is going to be an important energy where it comes to love. You add to this the element that the new moon that's taking place is going to make you want to connect with others. It's going to make you chatty. It's going to make you want to text. It's going to make you want to email. And that to me spells online connections if you're open to connecting with new people. Whether you are connecting with new people or you have somebody in your sphere, certainly you're getting your flirt on as Mars moves into this new segment of the sky this month. And you are interested in really having exchanges that lead you to feel alive, that lead you to feel vital, that lead to the adrenaline rush, really. And I think that something about this is going to feel so comfortable, no matter how long it is that you feel or you think you've been out of the game. There is going to be a part of you that's motivated to get back in. There's going to be a part of you that's motivated to actually have those flirty exchanges, to know yourself as alive and spontaneous in the moment, as attractive and attracted to others, and being able to be in that moment and navigate that moment well. I'm very much of the belief that in order to utilize this energy wisely, especially the part of the sky that's lit up for you, you need to align yourself with an energy of options. So whether that means being online and, flirting with lots of people and exchanging messages so that you understand that you do actually have a lot of options available to you, or whether that just means getting out more, talking to more people. It's really that energy of abundance and that energy of options that ensures you bring greater love towards you. So be open to this prospect. I do think that there is love available to you. You are starting a very important learning process, certainly of yourself, and a learning process that has to do with understanding your power, the power of your attractiveness, if you will, especially last month as you had Venus moving through your sign. But Venus is a very different energy than Mars. Venus is, I deserve to receive. Venus lets things in. Venus is charming. Mars is proactive. Mars is physical. Mars is feeling the rush of life, feeling attraction, feeling drawn to somebody, feeling like you see somebody and all of a sudden you know that, oh my goodness, I got to know this person better. That's Mars right there. Mars is an energetic response to another person. That's what I see you seeking, and that's what I see you being proactive in. Let it lead you to a feeling of aliveness, because that's ultimately what this is about. And let it lead you to enjoy life as well, because that's really what's being asked for. The more that you can allow yourself to enjoy life, the more you are going to let more love in. And that's what it's about as well. Aligning yourself with an energy of love and abundance is the surest way to ensure that you welcome more of it into your life. Whether you are attached to somebody or not, especially as you start this month, you can find greater joy with another person, and you can find that greater joy lifts your spirits and those of the people around you. And that in turn, from that heightened state of awareness, that heightened state of joy, that heightened state that there is so much in life to love, you can't help but move towards a greater love than you've known before.